We've been battling the Navy for years over its use of mid-frequency sonar in a series of high-profile cases. In this latest case, we're challenging the Navy's use of sonar off of Southern California in a series of exercises that the Navy itself admits will cause harm to over 170,000 marine mammals. And this one's the one that's made it all the way up to the Supreme Court. It was a couple of days after we had gotten an injunction in this case requiring the Navy to take some additional steps to protect whales when the Navy turned around and instead of appealing that injunction to a higher court, it went across the street to the White House.
The White House attempted in this case to override a decision of the federal courts. It presents a fundamental question about what the authority of the executive branch is relative to the judicial branch under our Constitution. It may affect a number of issues that are central to the practice of environmental law and have been for the last 40 years in this country.
Whenever the Supreme Court, especially this Supreme Court, decides to take up an environmental case that has been won in the lower courts, there are big risks, and we know that. But in our view, at the end of the day, if these laws aren't here so that we can ensure that the military complies with them, then what are they there for?
In each of these areas, we have a record of success that is extraordinary, and one that NRDC can be very proud of. It's not the biggest office within this organization, but it's certainly one of the most effective.
We are up against several nationally prominent firms, and we're holding our own, and we can hold our own against any firm in the country.
We're working on really broad-ranging and interesting cases, and we win them all the time. And so it's not unusual to be walking down the halls and hearing sort of victory applause and celebration from one corner of the office or another as an injunction comes down across the wire, as the fax machines start whirring. And it's day to day just a tremendously exciting place to be.